Hi there, my name is Cindy Davis. I'm the Content Director for AV Technology. With me today are Ben Hardy, Senior Product Manager of Large Format Displays, and Brian Pitterle, Senior Product Manager of Projectors at Sharp. We are here to talk about bringing clarity to the Sharp brand. Sharp's well known, dating back to 1912. And of course, today we all know that Sharp offers a full suite of secure printer and copier solutions, commercial displays and projectors, Dynabook laptops, management productivity solutions, and fully managed services. Many of you are aware that more than 4 years ago, Sharp Corporation entered a joint venture with NEC Display Solutions, and both monikers have been visible. A lot has transpired during this period. Ben and Brian are here to talk about the transitions as they relate to their respective products. So Ben, if you'd start us off, that would be great.
Yeah, so I'm product manager for the large format displays. That's everything 32 inches to 98 inches, non-interactive at this point, including the video walls, LCD video walls. And, I think it's been a pretty unique process to go through this transition as both companies, both Sharp and NEC, were really held in high regard in the AV industry due to, years and years, as you mentioned, of innovation and leadership. And when you bring two teams together, you're bringing two separate firmware teams, two separate hardware teams, two software teams, two of everything. And so I think it was important that, we all came together and kind of laid out everything and really focused in on where each company thrived, right? And then what they did best and kind of start there and build up from that. And so as always, we mapped out target applications and where there was not only a need in our portfolio, but also in the market for a product. So we listened to market feedback, pain points on products that we were planning on replacing, and made sure that we maintained a lot of functionality and features that customers expect, because obviously, we want to make sure that the transition from customers that were using either NEC or Sharp products in the past is really fluid and smooth going to the products of the future. And, the goal was always to ensure that maintaining quality was number one, on top of also ensuring that the customer experience stayed the same. And I think that this really came to fruition, through a lot of development, a lot of rigorous engineering with the new Sharp branded large format display with the multi-sync PN ME2 series, which I think we'll dig into here in a little bit as well.
Right. And so, Ryan, how about from the projector perspective?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, right? My experience has been slightly different than Ben's. It's still the coming together of two what we think are really great companies, right, with different strengths. But in the case of projection, NEC had 35 years of experience and expertise, and Sharp really wasn't selling projectors in the US. So a lot of that engineering resources, the product planning resources in Japan, a lot of that has stayed the same. The product management teams in the United States and in other parts of the world are basically unchanged. And so for the most part, from a projector standpoint, it has been business as usual, as strange as that sounds. But I think when customers are introduced to the Sharp projectors, there's still going to be a lot of NEC heritage and functionality and quality behind those products. And I think our customers are going to recognize that. That being said, Sharp still brings like a great deal of value because of some of, I'll call them like cross-functional teams and processes within that organization. So for example, the Sharp QA process is fantastic. It's extremely detailed, and it actually empowers the sales companies to sort of improve products based on our experience and based on our customer feedback. And so just even in these first few Sharp projector series that we've launched in the US, that QA process specifically has made significant improvements to our products before they hit the market. And so, for projectors, again, it's still just a lot of that history and expertise that we've had on the NEC side. It's going to continue with the Sharp branded projectors, but there's also this just excitement and this kind of like fresh perspective, right, with the new Sharp branded models and the Sharp future. So we're excited about that.
So let's discuss now what products in particular have transitioned so far and how do these products fit into the Sharp lineup. So Ben, let's go back to you.
Yeah. So the first product line to transition from a large format perspective, and actually from a company perspective, was the new multi-sync PNME2, which I previously mentioned. These are digital signage and conferencing types of displays, really ideal for education, corporate, retail, other signage-based or presentation types of applications. So right now they range from 43-inch to 65-inch. So really smaller conference rooms or huddle spaces, but we are going to be expanding these as well here in the coming months to the 75, 86, 98-inch. And all these products are readily available now, and a lot of rigorous engineering really went into these products. As I said before, the first thing that we needed to think about and we wanted to make sure that we did was to maintain the quality standards that both companies are known for. And so because this was that first product, we knew we had to do it right, right? And so mechanical features such as carrying handles for easier installation, full metal back chassis, even bezel design, so that there isn't a chunkier bezel, right? If you're using it in landscape or in portrait orientation, that's all implemented into this product. And on top of that, bringing two companies together, there are two separate protocols from a control perspective, right? So you think about it from an integrator perspective. The question might be, hey, I'm replacing an NEC monitor with this Sharp product, Sharp branded monitor. Do I need to now reprogram everything? The answer is no, right? Because we also support both control protocols from NEC standard, from Sharp standard to the past. Really kind of making things easier, again, kind of talking about that fluid type of transition that we're hoping not only from our perspective, right, but also from a customer perspective as well. Visual excellence, another sort of thing we needed to focus in on. We really wanted to improve based on the last iteration of product that this is actually replacing, which is an NEC MEXX1. These products, the new ones, actually have a bit more brightness. And really through customer feedback, we've also introduced a high haze panel on this. And what that means is it's an anti-reflective sort of matte type of panel, which that's designed so that incidental light around is really scattered as opposed to reflected. Which is obviously going to take away content on the screen if you're seeing, a big reflection all the time. And so the goal is to ensure that the content really shines in any type of application. And then the biggest sort of change in this product, and really one that can be attributed to really sharp outreach, I would say, is that we're able to implement an Android-based system on a chip type design. This ultimately allowed us to expand our capabilities that are inherently built into the product. We wanted to make sure that customers that got these products, that they had integrated high-end and schedulable media playback capability. And so that could be via onboard storage or USB, and this SoC type of design just allows that. On top of this, because SoC, all parts and pieces that would otherwise be separate, processing, storage, memory, all of that are now in the SoC. We actually had the ability to make huge aesthetical improvements to our on-screen menu system, just kind of make it look a bit fresher, a bit easier to follow, and so forth. And then finally, another thing was updating standards, which is really something we do really every time we come up with a new product. But this product in particular has a USB-C connection. Which I know is a big sort of word out there now, and USB-C makes sense. But this USB-C not only supports DP alt modes, the audio video portion of a connection, but it also is an upstream to a downstream that is a separate USB connection on the I/O panel on the unit itself, right? So nothing additional. And so you can imagine a USB going from your laptop into the display, and then not only showing content, but also being able to control something that's a separate peripheral that's hitting that downstream. So a webcam or something like this. So makes it pretty unique because it's minimizing otherwise additional parts and pieces that would be adding to a bill of materials in order to sort of build this type of solution, if that's what something is wanting to do. And all of these, features and thoughts, and again, kind of attributed to the different perspectives coming from, two sort of teams coming together, really went into building the Sharp multi-sync PNME2 line. And I mentioned multi-sync, with all of our upcoming large format and actually our desktop displays in the future, we intend on continuing to carry that quality mark with us with all the Sharp branded models because they're going through the same rigorous engineering and reliability standards that both NEC and Sharp has been known in the past. And so really exciting times. It was there were a couple of years there where it was trying to figure everything out. And now we're able to kind of come to market with some of these great products that really are, I think, going to be helpful for people in the future. So
That does sound exciting. So, Ryan, how about from the projector perspective?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're kind of at that same point too, where a lot of that pre-planning and strategic stuff has been completed, and so we're now ready to start bringing out Sharp branded projectors to the marketplace. The first one is actually our XP-P series, and it was announced to the market in June at the Infocom trade show, but it was like a sneak peek, right? We had not started production yet. We actually just received our first intake a few weeks ago. And so that unit is finally now shipping. So the market is kind of now seen for the first time since the joint venture, a Sharp branded projector. And it's in that P series category, which for us is like an entry installation category, kind of a middle of the road projector category. The P series itself is a 4K UHD projector. And it was an intentional choice that our first Sharp branded projector was also going to sort of push the boundaries of projection technology. There's two models within that series, and there's the 6,000 lumen model and a 7,200 lumen model from a brightness standpoint. But 4K UHD is not that common yet in projection, and it's even less common in these commercial type projectors that are bright enough to exist outside of a home theater. So you see some of those home theater 4K UHD projectors now that are starting to emerge and come out in the 2,000, 3,000 lumen range. And they're great for that application, but these are truly commercial grade projectors that are designed for corporate conference rooms, anywhere really that you need 100+ inch screen and you want sort of this consistent experience across displays. Large format has had 4K UHD for a long time, right? And so for projection, it's kind of catching up to that. But it's important and it's good in an enterprise environment where you can have sort of that consistent experience across all your displays. So we're really excited to sort of finally be there with projection. So corporate enterprise, conference rooms, higher education, there's certain disciplines like engineering or art and film schools that need some of these high resolution images on the screen. We are getting interest from museums, of course. Some of these new sports simulator companies, golf simulators and things, that's a huge growing segment. And they're looking for the highest resolution, highest picture quality that they can get. And so, again, this is going to fit within those sort of markets. But, besides the 4K UHD resolution, outstanding picture quality, these are laser based. So every Sharp projector that comes out now will be laser based. We finally done with the lamp-based models that have sort of always been that pain point for projection customers for so long. And it's important to us, right, not to have that maintenance component. And so eliminating that has been, I think, really refreshing for us and for our customers. So there's no lamp, no filter. From an integrator's perspective, this projectors have a broad zoom lens. It has motorized zoom, focus, and lens shift. You see manual a lot of times in this category of projectors, but not motorized. So that's kind of another sort of unique feature of our new XP-P series. And then we have an HD-based T 3.0 input. So that just kind of adds to the attractiveness, I should say, of the projector for installers. So that's just the first model. There's a lot more to come, but that's kind of the first foray into the Sharp world for projectors.
So, Artie, I won't be doing my job if I don't push each of you a little bit to ask what future developments have you got coming up that you're going to share with us.
So, so the next sort of exciting thing we have is a completion of this PNME2 line. So the smaller sizes, I say smaller, but 43 to 65 launched earlier this calendar year, and then the larger size, it's going to really complete it. 75, 86, 98 are going to be really beginning of next year, and so that's going to allow us to offer this same great new functionality under that multi-sync Sharp branding from 43 inch all the way up to 98 inch, and then after that. We're really going to turn our focus a bit more into the entry category, as well as the full-on 24/7 500, 700 nip products. And we have some exciting new lines that are going to be fitting into these categories. Really should see it in the next 6 to 9 months. In which case, we've been, again, just like the ME2s. It's been sort of a process, but we have really come to an understanding about where both the NEC and the Sharp sides where they excel, and we've kind of surveyed the market as to what products are needed, and it's all going to be sort of coming to fruition here over the next, like I said, 6 to 9 months. So be on the lookout. A lot of information, a lot of great new information coming out about a lot of great new products that could create great new solutions.
Great. So Ryan, how about from your
Ben and I are going to be really busy the next 6 to 9 months. That's the goal is for everything to sort of transition into that Sharp brand. So our roadmap is full of exciting new products. We have new projectors that were actually just launched in the 14,000 lumen range and 17,000 lumen range that are also 4K UHD models. So that's our X series of projectors. That just adds to that 4K UHD portfolio. We are going to be introducing a 20,000 lumen LCD projector with RB laser, and that RB laser technology is just going to produce outstanding color, and that is going to be our brightest LCD projector that we've ever had. And so again, just pushing the boundaries, right? We're not slowing down. We're not stopping innovation. We're just going to continue to drive forward. But besides that, again, just over the next 9 months, everything is going to either be refreshed or get an upgrade. In some cases, it's just going to be a simple brand transition over to Sharp. But a lot of stuff coming out in the next 9 months. It's going to be an exciting time. I think the future under Sharp is going to be really bright for projectors. We're happy to continue that legacy and the quality products that NEC started that our loyal customers have come to expect. But just really excited now to be moving forward with the Sharp branded product.
Well, congratulations to both of you, to the whole Sharp family. Can't wait to see, I'm sure people be able to see new products at IFC and InfoComm coming up next year and all the other shows. So congratulations. I know it's been a whirlwind, and can't wait to see what you got coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Cindy.